Okay, welcome to video 8. Today we're going to talk about application word problems and using our calculator to do multiple choice questions as a way to check our answers. So remember that we still want to use factoring just the way we've been doing, but we can always double check our answers using the calculator. The first question says that the area of a rectangular fountain is represented by x squared plus 12x plus 20 feet squared. The width is x plus 2. Find the length of the fountain. Well, when we approach these questions, anytime that they're talking about having an area given to us, that means that we're going to think about the question area equals length times width. If this is the area, I need to change it so that instead of being area equals, I need to find the length when I know the width. So we're really just going to factor our expression. So I'm going to start with that x squared plus 12x plus 20. Now that I have this written down, I realize I'm going to just factor. So remember, the first thing we always look for is a GCF. When I look at x squared, 12x, and 20, there's no GCF, so that tells me I need to now look at the fact that it's a trinomial, and then realize I need to do the x and the area model method to factor the x squared plus 12x plus 20. The first thing to do is determine what a, b, and c are. So a is 1, the number in front of the x squared. The b, the number in front of the x, is 12, and then c, the constant by itself, is 20. Now I'm going to use a, b, and c to fill in my x diagram. So remember, we fill in the top with the a times c. A is 1, c is 20, so 20 goes at the top, and then the b goes at the bottom, 12. So I need two factors that multiply to be 20 but add up to 12. So remember that if you are not sure what the factors are, you can take the number that you're trying to find the factors for, so in this case 20, and put it in y equals. So we'll put y equals 20 divided by x, and then when we hit second graph, it'll show us a table of values with all of the possible factors that we can use for these two spots. Since this needs to be positive and this is positive, that means both factors are positive. So then just go through your list until you find two that add together to be 12. The factors for that are 10 and 2. Now I know what I want my b term to split into, so I'm going to rewrite over off to the side here with the x squared plus 12x plus 20. I'm going to rewrite it with the b term split to 10x and 2x. So now I have the x squared plus 10x plus 2x plus 20 that I will then use for my factor by grouping since I have 4 terms there. So I'm going to group the first two and the second two. Then the first two will go in the first row here up at the top in the order x squared plus 10x. And then my next two will go in the bottom row here, and that's the positive 2x and positive 20. Then we look at the first row here and try to find what the greatest common factor is. The greatest common factor between x squared and 10x is just an x, so that'll pull to this spot right here. Then what needs to go up top here to make this x squared? That would be an x. And then what times x will give me the 10x? That would be a 10. And then what times the x would give me 2x, that would be a 2. And you can write the positive 2 if you would like. And then now I have my two factors, the x plus 10 and the x plus 2, which can be written side by side. So now what I've done is I've rearranged the area, which was a quadrilateral, into two factors since area is equal to length times width. They told me that the width is x plus 2. So that means that this x plus 2 is the width. And the question was, what is the length? So the length must be the other one, the other dimension, so the other thing being multiplied when we look to find the area. So this is my length. So the answer to the question, find the length of the fountain, is x plus 10. So my final answer is just the x plus 10. So the key to these questions when you're looking at anything where they give you an area or say a volume or something that would normally be terms being multiplied, when we're given just the answer, we need to factor so we can find those numbers that would need to be multiplied, or those polynomials in this case that we need to multiply to give us either the area or the volume. So always look in these questions for what they're asking for, make sure you've answered the question, and then use the area model to work backwards and find the dimensions. We'll do more of these tomorrow. Have a good night.